Hi, I'm Shelley Maurer,
And I'm Cher Emmerich. Welcome to Life Lessons from Pickleball.
where we engage with pickleball players from around the world about life on and off the court.
Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Life Lessons from Pickleball, everyone. Oh my gosh, today we are honored to welcome Cheryl Rempis, better known as Samara Sky. Samara, your life's work is all about transformation, healing, and stepping into your most authentic self.
You are the radiant soul behind Timeline Catalyst, a powerful body of work that helps people navigate life's transitions, releases limiting beliefs, and rise into their own highest timeline.
And with over 20 years of experience as a registered nurse in mother baby care, you've witnessed firsthand the sacredness of new beginnings, and you carry that wisdom into your work as a transformational mentor and energy healer.
You offer a space of love, guidance, and empowerment, and focus on healing at all levels: physical, mental, energetic, and spiritual, with a special emphasis on the energetic shifts that allow us to step into our highest potential.
So, my dear, we have a lot to unpack, but let's start at the beginning. What called you to a life of service, and how did that evolve into Timeline Catalyst?
Well, thank you guys for having me on. First of all, my journey, the awakening, supposedly started 20 years ago when I was going through my process of healing, awakening the ego, and going through this process that is kind of an endless process that we all go through of unraveling who we are. And as I go through this process and see the need for so many people on this earth, so many souls that need this assistance. I've felt this calling from the beginning as a healer, being in the healing realm, healing arts of being a nurse, and just it's always been in my soul mission to assist people in empowering themselves, being of service in any way that I can, healing them on many levels, on many different realms, any way that I can as well. So it's been just unfolding and it continues to unfold and unravel. The work that I'm doing, like even the past few months, it's just like the way I want to help heal others it has transformed in many ways as well. So as I heal and transform and learn more, that also expands my work and how I help assist others as well.
So, you have a very interesting life system going. And I'm fascinated and inspired by the way you've kind of taken control of your professional and personal life timeline. So tell us how you're doing that, because you're living here on Orcas Island, but you work
Yes.
in California. So tell us how that Orcas Island, by the way, is in Washington for those
Yes.
who don't know.
So like yes, so I'm working I have a little one, 3-year old, and I'm also working as a nurse part-time and also working doing my energy healing work. So that's for me as a Libra, it's all about balancing balancing
Mhm.
all these aspects of myself. Because I have wear many hats, obviously from the pickleball experience. I do all the finances, the graphic design, pretty much all the back end for the guys. So that's another hat that I wear, including with the nursing. I work mother baby. So I help assist in like welcoming new babies and new souls onto this earth. Something that I realized what I have been doing all these years, like why I've been drawn to that realm of nursing. And then balancing going back and forth to California for work. So it's definitely a work in progress, but like just being able to, I think my learning process is being able to stay balanced and then staying present when I'm with Zaya, my son, and with Jim and with family. So that is what I'm working on currently. Yes,
Yeah, because you have so much going on. Yeah.
it's
So,
so much. Yes.
yes, how has witnessing birth a new life shaped your views on the healing and transformation?
It's just a magical moment to be able to see the new birth of a soul and two people that come together that are experiencing this whole new world and experience of life, this of this transition. It's like you just can't help but like be in awe of when the baby comes out, or just them looking at their newborn child and this new life that they both created. It's always an amazement, no matter how many times you see it. Seeing them bonding with a child, it's it's always very it's always amazing. It's beautiful to see all the time.
Are you, I know you have many gifts, energetic and spiritual gifts. Do you do you see the baby's aura? Do you have intuition about the child? I mean, what are the gifts you have around the baby care that you do?
Um, I'm still with in regards to vision. The visions do come and go. Energetically with the mom and the baby, I think feeling being present and being able to teach them how to handle this new stressors and preparing themselves for the new life that's coming. In regards to with the babies, I don't necessarily see auras because it's because I'm in a different space when I'm in the work mode, this 3D
Oh,
world versus like when I'm doing energetic work. So I'm do
interesting.
trying to balance and bring those two together.
Yeah.
And then maybe even shifting a lot of my energy work where I'm focusing on mothers, new mothers and fathers, or even mothers that are going through infertility, being able to heal mother father wounds, patterns that they don't want to bring into this child, or breaking the patterns itself. So I feel like that's where I'm being drawn and being moving away from the hospital work a little bit more. But yeah, we'll see how it kind of unfolds
It
with
seems
that.
like a real natural combo. Like you
Yes.
said, now you're kind of looking back and realizing why you were so energetically drawn to work with babies and
Yes.
newborns and all. And so, how cool. But so, this phrase, highest timeline, what
Yes.
does that mean to you? And can you help us understand it and how one reaches one's highest timeline?
Yes. So it's same thing with your highest potential and timelines. If you go into like quantum physics so much, there's different timelines that we choose. So every choice, every decision that we make, like we're shifting timelines constantly. So being able to align with your whatever your highest purpose is, your soul purposes, we all kind of come in with some type of a mission or a purpose that we come in with. So being in an alignment with that, and then you're making choices and decisions in alignment with that to create your highest timeline. Does that
So,
make sense?
that's, yeah, that is something I never thought about. And I talked with a lot of people and I've read a lot of things and I love that. I
Yes.
hadn't thought that when I make a particular choice that actually can shift
Yes.
that. So I think in terms of shifting the trajectory of my life because I chose that, but I love this timeline idea. Can you say more about the physics of that? The quantum
The quantum physics. So
physics.
if we go into like everything is energy, vibration, and a frequency. And I'm sure if you've thought of the way I think of it in regards to consciousness. So every like and vibration, right? So there's higher vibration and then lower vibration. So think of like love, of course, higher vibration, and then fear on the lower end. So
Yeah.
then as we have thoughts, emotions, we're moving up and down this vibration or frequency. So if you're very conscious or aware of what you're feeling, what you're thinking of, what you're focusing on, because that's where you put your focus on is where you're putting your energy and your
Yeah.
vibration and frequency on. So you're moving up and down this frequency and vibration. So if you're able to like really be aware and conscious of where you're thinking, where you're focusing on, and staying on this higher level of vibration, and then that's going to shift your timeline because I'm sure if you've heard of law of attraction, and
Yeah.
whatever you're focusing on is what you're going to attract, and kind of also what you're going to create. If you're the creator of your reality, is you're going to create in your timeline. So this is all the things that I've been learning, that like people have different ways of saying it, and then I try to make it easier to understand and wait for me to understand, and how to help teach people as well. Does that kind of make sense of?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, because like you're saying, so many people struggle with that. It's like kind of like transitions is what you're talking about, right? Like any kind
Yes,
of a life transition, whether you're changing a career or
yes,
grief or identity shifts, right? So like,
yes.
what's one piece of advice you give to someone that's on the edge of a transformation then? How,
On the edge, or as they're processing.
like,
So
yeah, so like they're getting ready to shift that timeline, right? Like
yes.
they're just on the edge. What?
So basically, usually is knowing there's light at the end of the tunnel. So kind of like focusing on what you want. So kind of when we go through transformations, like grief,
Yeah.
like death. Death is a transition,
Yeah.
changing relationships, and all these different small mini deaths, you could call it, because it's you're losing a part of yourself. So then what I usually recommend is kind of being in it. You want to be in whatever loss that you're going through, because you have to process it. Your body has to process it and release it. When you're trying to push it away, hide it, the emotions are held in your body, and then they're and then they cause all these other issues along the way, disease, and then also like depression and everything like that. So that's why with the healing work that I do, what I'm working on is releasing those stuck emotions from past traumas that we've held on to, or that you didn't process as an adult, even a child, or even in the mother's wound. Those are all like stuck emotions that are causing these ailments in our physical bodies, that manifest as physical ailments or thought forms. So just releasing it, being in it, because you have to, like, I think fully feel it to be able to let it go, and then, somehow be okay with it, like fully heal it before moving forward, instead of trying to push it away or bypass it somehow. So
There's no
that's usually,
yeah.
yes. And then you're able to move forward, and then you can have a different perception of it.
Uh,
And then that's the key, like changing your perception of it, growing from it, transforming from it, instead of feeling loss, and you're carrying this loss for the rest of your life if it's not changed or healed somehow.
So I'm just thinking about the timeline thing because I think that's so fascinating. So if
Yeah.
we aren't dealing with it and we're hiding it, we're pushing it back, we're stuck on our timeline,
Yes.
right? We're
ah,
Yeah.
not
So you're
able
stuck in
to.
that timeline, and it's getting stuck, and it's going to
Yeah.
perpetuate the same pattern, because
Mm-hmm.
everything is a pattern, and then you're creating this pattern, like even stuff like your parents, you got some of your things from your parents creating these patterns to you when you're a child, from 1 to 7 year old. They're like sponges. And so
Mm-hmm.
so for example, you don't even know why you feel a certain way, or because these are some things that are brought down to you from your parents, or even like ancestral
yeah.
through your DNA. So it can go it can go so vast beyond, but yeah, just fully healing it, releasing it from your body. So that's what I say when you're kind of emptying your cup, emptying all these things that, like, it's like clearing this glass of water that has all this gunk in it, and just clearing it to where it's clear again, so you can be your authentic self, be who you are, remember who you are.
You mentioned dark nights of the soul,
Hmm.
and that you yourself have gone through some dark nights of the soul or
Yes.
shadows, right? Can you
Yes.
share any experience you've had that might resonate with people who maybe are kind of going through the same thing, and how they maybe can find healing in those moments?
Yes. So these dark night of the souls, they call it that. I call it the void also. These are just transitions through life where you feel that there is a loss. I think the first awakening that I had, this first dark night of the soul, was in my 20s. Most of my themes in my life I learned through our relationships. So this
Yeah.
first one was like a breakup. It can come in many forms: breakups, loss of a job, death of a loved one. for me, for example, was a breakup, where it was with the boyfriend at the time. We were together for a year, and I was always the person that like can work anything out. And I knew it wasn't working out for some reason, but I still wanted to work it out. And he decided to break up and like cut off our relationship cold turkey. And
Ouch.
this brought a whole like it cut the ego, I guess, because I've never had someone break up with me, and I was just like, I went through this whole dark night of the soul of like, I don't even know how it happened, but I was just like in this dark space of like, what is life, and then what is life about, and who am I, and all these stuff came about, and that's when I started looking for healing through like I was looking through spiritual places, spiritual books, self-help books. That's when I think The Secret kind of came out, and I was learning about that and how we're what we focus on, how we create our reality. The law of attraction came up, and then it's been an unfolding ever since then. Like 20 years later, I mean, I'll have a little dark side of the soul where you go in and out of it. It can last for a month sometimes. You can go in and out maybe in a few days where where you kind of feel nothing. It just feels like a dark void where like even all of the things that you used to find joy in that you don't, like there is this nothingness. But when I have a little PDF book about like spiritual awakening and the dark night of the soul that it kind of explains that this is kind of like the zero point of nothingness where it's kind of like the seed of all creation where you can just start anew. So basically knowing that that is where you come out of it just like a totally new person, vibrant with life, new perception. But being in it not is it's not fun at all where you're just like what is happening? I'm like, I don't want to do anything. Like, I don't want to be around anybody.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It can be pretty hard, and a lot of people go through it and they don't understand. It could feel like a major depression, just loss of any joy and happiness or purpose or motivation.
And it's hard when we are in those places or even trying to come through those. It's hard to take the risk of being hurt again. You know, even when we think, okay, I've found some healing around this and all, but then we're kind of in this place of protection. And
Yes,
so a lot of people we will just stay in that protection the rest of our lives. Say,
yes,
okay, I'm going to make sure that that never happens to me again. I'm going to be protected. But again, that stalls us on the timeline. I
yes.
just love your timeline idea. Because I'm a Capricorn, it's all about moving forward. And you're a Libra. My son, I have a son who's Libra. I totally get you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that having, and I can see how your work, and please tell us more about, in fact, how you work with someone. So say I have just come through a big heartbreak divorce. Okay, I went through a divorce. And so then I stay in this comfort zone of not having any new relationships. Resolved, friendly with my ex, but freaking freaking afraid of moving
Yes.
into the dating world again. Okay. So stuck on the timeline, but on the one hand, okay, I'm loving pickleball. I've got great friends and all that, but I know that that comfort, that protection is kind of make believe. It's not, I'm not really protecting myself. I'm just holding myself on the timeline. So how would you work with me, or how would I work with you to move myself on the timeline?
Yes, so we would so I would work energetically. So when I do energy work, we would schedule an appointment. You would set up this appointment where you're going to be in a quiet meditative space. We would connect, and then I would just go with some breathing exercises with you. You can sit or lay down, and then I kind of work in the quantum realms and using energy, and
Cool.
then work with what needs to be what's going to heal you most for the highest good of all at that moment in time. So we can work with your heart, going through the chakras, elements, and I would work what would be called to work with you energetically, because it could be not for, even from this life, that maybe it could be a pattern coming through if you're comfortable with talking about past lives or simultaneous
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
So I would try to get to the roots of it, even though you're thinking that the root of it was, say, this relationship, but it could be stemming many many lives possibly. So I would kind of see where it goes, work with you with 30 minutes to an hour while you're in this meditative state. You may fall asleep, you may feel emotions or visions coming up during this healing time. You may get hot or cold, some physical sensations, have energy like rushes, or you may feel nothing. It's different for everybody each time, and then I'll go over whatever you may experienced, and then we let the process, you integrate it, and then and then we can talk about how stuff comes up, because this is not like talk therapy where we're going to be talking back and forth. Like we'll want to get to the root of it energetically,
Yeah.
and then as stuff comes up later, we can like you are going to have maybe aha moments come up, new perceptions coming up, and then we can talk and go through that process with you, like what changes that have made you, kind of journal it all out and see what new perceptions that may be coming up that you would never have thought of yourself thinking that before, and you didn't understand why, but something uprooted that had changed something inside you.
Wow. And you can do this remotely. People, you don't have to
Yes,
be in the presence of somebody. You can do it online or
yes,
by
can do
on
it
the
online
phone.
on the Zoom, or even not on Zoom. If we just had a set of time together, I can do it on over the phone too.
That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
That is so good.
And
Yeah.
having someone like you who can help us walk through, help us feel brave enough to go to that place of where the pain really is. As you
Mm-hmm.
say, we may think it's somewhere, but in fact, it's somewhere else. And you help us find that
Mm-hmm.
original root, and then that's the healing process. It's not
Mm-hmm.
usually, maybe it can be instantaneous, and I'm sure it can be because it's
Yeah.
quantum physics, right? But that having that guide, the person
Yes.
who can say, "Well, I'm seeing this for you and that for you." That's brilliant. I love that you
Yeah.
do that. Thank
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Then you
you.
can be running along your timeline.
That's right.
And they can shift timelines, just like, oh, I didn't know this
Yeah.
was going to be coming up. Yeah, it
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
happen fast, and or if there's layers, because there's layers upon,
Mm.
like we were talking about the cup, or just layers of an onion that were kind of
Um,
unfolding and unraveling different parts of us if we've had a lot of stuff, that emotions that we've held on to.
Yeah.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
that's fascinating. Let's talk just a little bit about pickleball now. So
Yeah.
yeah, so Jim, your life partner, and his business, he's the Pickleball Experience.
Yes.
So did Jem introduce you to pickleball? Are you playing pickleball?
I play it on a rare occasion. As you can see, I have a lot on my plate,
You're
so
a little busy.
Yeah.
so you know how it could be an addictive game. And I've seen them, they can drop everything, and just
Yeah.
start playing pickleball. Their garden goes, I've seen people's garden go to their death because they're just playing pickleball all the time. So yeah, so I just have so much on my plate. I was like, I can't take something else on, honestly, but I do like to drill with Jam. That's really fun for me. And we'll see if our son Zaya is into it. Right now, he's just like, no, daddy, you play pickleball.
Oh, that's cute. He's 3, right?
He's
He's
three,
3.
yeah. He already has his own little, he has his own little mind.
Uh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
So, in all of your work, either while you're doing drills with Jim or when you first started playing, or even I'm going to ask you about life lessons
Hmm.
that maybe you've learned in life that you're taking, that you use on the court when you do play,
Hmm.
or maybe you learn them on the court and you take them into life, or you learn them in this other work that you're doing, either in the hospital or where you're doing your energy work. What are some of the life lessons that you can share with us?
Well, I want to talk about the pickleball community, like just me seeing just the vast openness and just like the love and community, like the pickleball players around the world. We've been to Hawaii, New Zealand. People open up their homes to us, and it's honestly, I tell Jim all the time, it's one of the most like loving communities that I've witnessed. So
Yeah.
that's definitely um, just what I love about pickleball and the community. And one of the life lessons that I've found through pickleball is just seeing the magic and healing and transformation that can occur on the court. I mean, I've seen Jem, like just watching Jem, like he goes into his experiences with such an open heart. And there was one time that I witnessed like profound healing from one of the individual players where I believe they had some sort of trauma or something happen when they were younger. They used to have like, I think, male, female, some type of coaching things that had happened to them. So there was this like distrust of, I guess, male figures in
Oh,
like
yeah.
teaching or
They were mistreated by someone in authority, by a man
correct
in authority like that?
men of authority that are say are a teacher and instructor. So,
Uh-huh.
and then I remember there was some profound healing that had occurred, like them just having a teaching with the pickleball experience and Jem, where she was brought to tears and she was so grateful and thankful that just having this loving and supportive and like no feelings whatsoever of of any of those previous history, where they felt safe, and
Wow.
had so much fun. And so that was pretty profound to see, like, wow, like without even intentionally doing, just going in with an open heart and connecting, that was able to make such a profound healing on this woman. So
That's
That
beautiful.
is
yeah.
And
beautiful. He could
of
just
course
go
we
through life like that with an open heart and
Hmm.
yeah.
just connect with people. Yeah,
And
so
of course we
powerful.
had Jim on the show and he has all the gifts, all
Yes.
the open-hearted and energetic gifts and quantum physics gifts and all the other things. I think you both make an
Yes.
amazing couple. And the fact that you also work together on this level is so sweet. And you also bring that open heart, Samara. I mean, really just very touching, very
Thank
touching.
you.
And the fact that you're a Libra means you're going to help us balance our world.
Yes.
Uh,
That's my mission.
so, for those who are interested in energetic practices, and what would you say is one thing that we could do right now in our everyday lives that will help us be more aware of where we are on our timeline, and is this the timeline we really want to be on?
Awareness, being
Mm.
present of your thoughts and your feelings. That is probably the key. And it's like this is, and then I think like not letting it go on. Say if you're having some being emotional or bad thoughts, just kind of making the trajectory shorter, I believe, instead of lingering in that feeling, and then focusing on what you want. That's probably the one thing I would say. Focusing on what you want, intention, and
Mhm.
focusing on what you want. That is, if you can do that, if you're thinking about worry or worrying about being late or whatever it may be, and then focusing, oh, what do you want to happen? Well, I'm on time, or I'm happy, or I'm having a great day. Just that simple step. And if you're able to do that and practice that every day, like you will start to see changes in your life.
And just like you said, we're not thinking about what I want to be happy. I want this. No, I am happy.
Yes.
I feel it. I have what I want. It's here. It feels wonderful. And that eventually brings that vibration so that, or
Yes.
he instantly brings that vibration into our lives. Yeah. Woo. So how can people
Wow.
find you, my dear? Because wow, a lot of people are going to want to
Ah,
explore what you have to offer.
Thank
How can
you.
people find you?
I'm on timelinecatalyst.com. I think Catalyst.
TimelineCatalyst.com. Awesome.
Yes. And on all the different social medias. So I'm going to put in different couple more information on timeline
Okay.
that we talked about and on some blog posts.
Well, thank you.
Thank you
Yes,
guys.
thank you.
Really appreciate. I mean, gosh, you going back and forth to California. You just came from England. We tried
Yeah.
to do this show while you were in England, but the internet wasn't cooperating. And we're delighted you're back in Orcas now. But I know
Yes.
you're heading off to California soon. So the fact that you took time for this really means a lot to us, and really grateful for the work you're doing.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I would, thank you for having me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you guys.
And thank you all. My gosh, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the likes, the subscriptions, the sharing. And hey, timelinecatalyst.com. Maybe this is a time to change the timeline that we're on. And this is perfect guide to help us do that. Well, thank you all. And we look forward to a new conversation next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
If you love our podcast, we'd be so grateful if you'd take a few seconds to follow or subscribe to Life Lessons from Pickleball. This ensures you'll never miss an episode and helps us continue these wonderful conversations.
On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen, go to the show page and tap the follow button in the top right corner. And on YouTube, click the subscribe button under any of the episodes.
Thanks so much. Hope to see you on the court.